Hi there, welcome to another educational video documenting my Web3 expedition. In this video, we're going to be looking at Boundless for amongst the first time. I've seen Boundless in the past, been wanting to participate, but have been postponing it. Now it's time to. The narrative is strong, similar to Succinct Labs' Lagrange Layer Edge, the universal ZK protocol, home of verifiable compute by risk zero. So it looks like it's a product of risk zero. We will try to identify in the course of this video, where to get started in terms of interacting with it. In the event that it ends up incentivizing such action, you will likely position for an airdrop. Okay, so now thinking of it, they have a community on X, so that may give us some hint. So I would join this for a start. Of course, if you find out that they have a Discord, then you would want to join the Discord as well. So let's see what's here. So there's a white paper build on Boundless. I'm going to open this docs. And there, there doesn't seem to be a Discord, or maybe there is, but for now, there is a Telegram. So this is an announcement channel. This is a group for Boundless is the first universal protocol that brings ZK to every chain. That narrative is strong. ZK to every chain. Okay. Um, let's just open this. So here it says, congratulations to our new Proving Berry and Baby Berry members on Discord for their beautiful submissions to proof of thought. So there is actually a Discord, and people are carrying out some ZK proof events, I believe. Okay, so this was May 20th. The Boundless Berries have successfully shown us that you can share masterful skills and co create the narrative, presenting our top 10 proven berries for proof of thought. Let's quickly see what this is. So, yes, I heard of this. I wanted to participate, but I was late to do so before the snapshot. It had to do with reading their white paper and then proofing that you've read it. So, proof of read was to curate your favorite quotes from the white paper. Join us in defining our story by creating verified content. Now, I don't know if this has closed. So, memes, videos, articles, this is your time to see why Boundless is the future. Using your creativity, be original, and this is a guide. Now, I don't know if this has ended, but if it hasn't, then you may want to participate. Historically, if they end up with like a Kaito leaderboard or stuff like that, uh, you know, this your historical content will be impactful. Okay, so I'll just keep this open for later. Wow. Oh, over 370K people came across the Boundless Protocol white paper, and 35,000 plus submitted proof. They have read it. Some proofs were our berry favorites. Interesting stuff. So there is actually traction for the project. Okay, so now let's look at. Now take note, there is a Discord. So let's see if we can find that Discord as well. Let's see, Boundless. Okay, so at the moment, it looks like most of the activity is not on-chain activity. Besides that proof of read, I'll open this. Okay, so it's now time to take a look at the, where is that? The site. to understand the basics of the project. Here it says the future of compute begins here. Boundless is a protocol for accessing verifiable compute on any chain and rewarding nodes for contributing useful work. Now, I don't understand it fully. Generally, the term compute, it refers to GPU, GPU rentals and stuff like that. I mean, in the Web3 space, when they say like AI compute, they're referring to GPUs. So here it says Boundless is a protocol for accessing verifiable compute on any chain and rewarding nodes for contributing useful work. So it's telling me of a node environment where you'll be able to contribute a node, that perhaps is able to perform verifiable ZK proof. And Boundless is the protocol that enables that. Superficially, that's what I'm told. Okay. But not fully established yet. So here it says mine. I'm going to click on that. And it looks like this requires Ubuntu. Just a moment. So I can't really tell. There's mention of testnet here. So this we'll look into this in another video. So it looks like this is testnet environment. You are mining something, maybe the token in testnet. I'm not very sure. Okay, let's go back. Wow, where were we? Okay, now run mode. Let's click on that. Takes you to the documentation as well. So to this is NVIDIA. Okay, now okay, so here best companies built with Boundless. They already have a lot of partners. One protocol built for everyone. Upgrade to a ZK rollup in hours, not months. Boundless offers flexible rollup frameworks that upgrade your rollup with ZK to unlock hour-long finality and stronger security. So basically, if you have an existing rollup and you want to incorporate ZK into it, you can do that by virtue of Boundless, making your rollup scalable, secure, private, etc. Let's look here. Individuals support the network by staking your ZKC, earn a share of protocol rewards generated by real compute, and help power the infrastructure powering apps across chain. So it looks like this is the ticker. It looks like it will have a token. Just a moment. So what's possible with Boundless? Under DeFi, Hibachi created the first provable exchange. Wow. Before centralized order books offered no transparency or safety, now trades settle with full user visibility and anyone can verify reserves or exit anytime. Rollups. Bob launched the first hybrid Bitcoin rollup. Before, developers couldn't build EVM dApps or apps on Bitcoin. Now they can inherit Bitcoin security while accessing both BTC and Ethereum liquidity. So that's the definition of Bob there. It's a hybrid chain. So likely uses Boundless's infrastructure to be able to build that hybrid chain, enabling apps to exist on Bitcoin while having access to Ethereum liquidity. Engine layer. Before, slashing was impossible. Checking 400,000 staker balances would cost billions in gas. Now it's reduced to a single $50 proof that anyone can verify oracles. Okay, we all know that the relevance of projects like Boundless. Okay, so At this stage, for the regular user, the besides running a node, which we'll talk about next, there doesn't seem to be, an outlet that involves the regular user, except, it is true that Bob has incorporated Boundless. Then maybe using Bob will give you some footprint on Boundless. I use Bob engine layer as well. But at this stage, let's go to the ecosystem. Make the world boundless. Join the ecosystem of ecosystems. 30 plus protocols integrated. Okay, so this is now more insightful. Bob is one of them. Layer Edge is one of them. Many have interacted with Layer Edge. Maybe you want to do so on mainnet, by the way. Layer Edge, I'll put the link to that in the description. It's currently running on mainnet. You can mine the Edgen token. So Layer Edge aggregates and verifies ZK proofs on Bitcoin using Boundless Market for proof generation. And okay, this is Hibachi mentioned earlier. Union build, people you use it. Enables secure multi-VM bridging using the Boundless Market for proof generation. So, wow. So many, you likely have some on-chain footprint. No, this is not Solve Finance. Okay, so this is insightful. By using some of these applications or chains, Caldera. Okay, Caldera is an RAS platform that lets. So not Caldera, like Caldera. It depends on the applications that deploy rollups using Caldera. If they choose this, anyone that chooses this stack, OP, Lua on Boundless is likely to be among. Wow, so I didn't even know Conduit seems to have the same narrative as Caldera. I've hardly interacted with Conduit, but that's interesting to know. Okay, so I will do another video that will constitute more of a tutorial. This is my first video taking an overall look at Boundless. Now, as for running a node, I will have to look for, one-click solution for running a node if it exists. Otherwise, one will have to pull off this, you know. Uh, and I don't know I would have to find out in the next video, the type of the spec that is required for this. Not very hard to pull off. The documentation is solid, and there is a rule, proofer rule from Guild when you have set up a node. Let's quickly look at Guild. So there's a dev category, there is also a proofer category. So I would have to look for information pertaining to this. Now for the regular user, let's go back to their X. This is the only thing I've seen you can participate in, but it looks like it has ended. So we would need to get on their Discord. Okay, join Ibachi using our referral on Discord to enter a verifiable um, okay, let's just get on the Discord at once. It's an interesting project. I will be doing another video about it. So boundless for app, boundless for just a moment. Still. So this is like infrastructure that rollups can incorporate to enhance, their chain, thereby being able to pull off all these features. This one is for gasless chain. I mean, chains can incorporate this to have, a gasless atmosphere, something like that. Mm, Discord. Wow, a lot of members. To contribute. Hmm. Just a moment. I'm looking for where to get verified. Claim NFT. So it looks like there's also an NFT. Now I don't see where to get verified. Let's start afresh. Hmm. I don't see where to get verified. This is interesting. So maybe I'm already there. I've already joined in the past. So it says early berry. I don't know if you would get this role at this stage if you join, but it looks like there are roles from having joined early, something like that. So what is HP? HP is a token required to operate a proofer node on Boundless testnet. Without HP tokens, you cannot participate as a proofer, even if your hardware meets the minimum requirements. HP are required to run a proofer node. Okay, how to get HP, apply to become an approved proofer. Wow, I've seen this in the past. I've seen this. It had an application form and specs. I've seen this in the past. So it's like a whitelisted situation. Once approved, you'll be allocated HP. More HP equal more proving work, more potential rewards, but you must have the necessary hardware. And the hardware was also very high spec that was required, like GPU intensive. I've seen this before. So this is the spec here. You would need to rent this definitely. Uh, So a recommended minimum configuration for competitive proofing performance. I don't know if it's either or. I'm thinking that it's both. This is not so high. I don't think this is so high. This RTX, but it will cost a lot to run this. Maybe like two to 300, 2 to 300 um dollars a month, and you need to apply for whitelisting and be approved. It is possible to run a proofer with less hardware. It may not be competitive with the rest of the market. For testing purposes, the minimum specification of GPU VRAM is 4 gigabytes. Wow. Just a moment. I knew of the whitelist application for this. Okay. Just a moment. So assuming there were slots here, it would have been like uh 20 cents per hour. So that will be 5 hours will be $1. 30 hours, $5 or so. $5. Let's say $5 a day. So maybe 150 or so. Not so pricey. Interesting stuff. Okay, I'll do another video. First, for this, you will need to apply and be approved. I will look for the form in the next video. I'll look for what solutions there are in terms of running a GPU, assuming you are approved. Then in the next video, I'd look for ways to interact as a regular person when it comes to established ways of interacting as a regular person when it comes to Boundless. Bringing us to the end of this video. To conclude, visit airdropc.com and subscribe to airdrop reminders. I'm working on 100 solid airdrop prospects. Each will have its own publication tutorial coming soonest, and I'll be sending out an email to subscribers featuring all 100 airdrops. Contact me using this contact form, this Telegram, and this Twitter. Subscribe to Web3 Wikis on all socials. Stay awesome, take action.